Hey gardeners, end of April 2020. Coming to you from the Phoenix, Arizona area. Thought it might be interesting to just go around and look at all the trees that are actually producing fruit right now, so you get a sense of what's possible in our climate. We didn't get much of a spring, we jumped right into summer it seems. We're already into triple digits. And this Barbados acerola likes the heat, so it's coming out with bloom, and you can see fruit there. A couple cherries right in here. And those will ripen up in a few weeks. Another tree that's producing right now is going to be mulberry. This is my Acai dwarf everbearing mulberry. Get in here so you can see fruit. A lot of these trees I started in 2016, so this is year 4. It doesn't take 4 years to get productive trees. A lot of these will produce for you even in their first year. This one that I'm going to show you next, the white Sapote, does take a few years to produce fruit. Of course, we've got main crop figs coming in. You can see there. This is my multi-grafted tree. This is the Kahala longan. Not quite in fruit production, but you can see the blooms. And this one has consistently set fruit for me. Because we had a mild winter, it's got a lot of flowers coming in at this time. So should be a pretty good harvest this year. Quince. These are a while off. These you harvest generally around November or December. But you can see fruit set. And then just as an experiment, I had grafted on a Christmas Loquat down here. You can see that's set fruit as well. Here we've got the Anna apple. These will be ready in a few months here. Nice low chill apple variety. Here on the left, this is a Crosby heirloom type of beet. I found one that grows really easily here. I think it originates from Egypt. You can see it's gone to flower, so this one needs to be harvested. Get pretty good sized beets out of your garden here. Fig trees are all awake, with a lot of growth and figs. You can see this one's Breva up here. Sometimes the fig trees here will drop the Breva in favor of main crop once it gets hot like this, triple digits. You can see this white Adriatic has a combination of these huge Breva figs here, and then it's got main crop right above. Got just a ton of guavas up in this canopy here. On the pink guava. And it's also setting its next crop for summer. Very easy to get 2 crops out of your guava trees here. Here we have the gold kissed apricot. Lots of fruit. You can see some damage to the fruit. We had a storm come through in March that brought some pretty violent hail, at least in my yard, here out in the far west valley, and it nicked the fruit. So there's some superficial damage to a lot of the fruit on the apricot. But this tree is loaded. Gold Kist is a really great variety to grow here. Even though I cut this white Persian mulberry way back over winter, it has pushed a lot of growth. You can see up in here the white mulberries it sets. These tend to be a little sweeter than the purple variety. Nice option if you don't want staining. But these do get quite large, so you have to prune them pretty much each year, unless you want a monster of a tree. But very nice shade tree and pretty productive. This is my Katy apricot. Not as packed full of fruit as the Gold Kiss, but definitely has some fruit set on it. Those probably need a few more weeks before they ripen up. Here's the all-in-one almond. You can see got almonds on the tree that have set. Over here is a Shea Berry. And I do see some fruit set. This one has not ripened fruit thus far. It's been in the ground for 3 years now. It's said to be in the mulberry family. Pretty hardy tree. And I do have a self-fertile variety grafted onto this tree. So let's see what this does this year. Got some Panamint nectarines coming in here. Small tree. This is probably on door fruit stock. Maybe 20 nectarines on it. This is a newer plant. This is the mini Garden Delight nectarine, white nectarine. Got a couple of fruit this year on it. This is the first time it's producing. It's the Shangri-La mulberry. Nice big leaves. And the berries on the Shangri-La, you can see they're also purple. And they're a little bit bigger than the dwarf mulberry. This here's my Hollywood Plum. This one historically has not produced fruit for me. I don't know why I'm not getting much fruit set on this. Certainly it was full of flowers. There's just this one lone fruit. Oh, it looks like one more up here. But this plum variety just doesn't seem to do well. So I'm interested if any of you guys are growing Hollywood Plum, how it performs for you. You get fruit off of it. There's an Asian pear. Got lots of grafts on here. Different varieties. Some of them haven't even woken up yet, like this guy. one was fairly late to wake up as compared to the other trees. Not seeing a whole lot of fruit production off this tree. See a few here and there, but that's it. So this is a Fuji apple. It's just starting to bloom right now. Fuji's really late. These apples typically ripen for me in October. Here we've got the Loquat. This too got beaten up by the hail, the fruit. Got a decent amount of fruit though on this tree this year, and these are really delicious. Apricot are up there for me. Definitely worth growing here. Now here we've got the Pakistan mulberry. This one is the latest of all the mulberry varieties to fruit for me. You can see it's got a lot of fruit set, but everything's pretty much green at this point. This one is an excellent shade tree. I think every gardener in the Phoenix area will tell you, plant a mulberry, you won't be disappointed. Nice amount of fruit and amazing shade. In front is a white peach tree. This one is called Florida Glow. It's a low chill peach variety from Florida. Really delicious fruit. And it's still very hard at this stage. They definitely have a few more weeks to go. Very productive fruit tree. My favorite white peach, year after year. And this one I got from a mail order place in Florida called Just Fruit and Exotics. Started out as a very small tree, of course, coming through the mail, but you know, after 4 years in the ground, produces hundreds of peaches. This is a champagne loquat. Loquat's another one that you can grow successfully here. You want to give it some afternoon shade if possible. In my yard I don't really have afternoon shade here. Hoping eventually this silver stripe bamboo will kind of fill in this space and provide more filtered light. Let's see some fruit coming in there. This is a white flesh variety. I also have an orange flesh variety grafted on called Orange Dream. So letting a few rootstock branches come in. See if there's any decent fruit to that, but if nothing else, it'll help cross-pollinate my champagne loquat. The Persian palm. Just setting flowers at this point. Variegated guava. Just starting to put on some flower buds there. This is another type of pink guava. This one is called Pink Barbie. So we have some fruits that developed in the cooler time there. Plus it's also putting on new flowers. You can see right next door the white guava has some fruit coming in there. course, citrus is coming in, so variegated lemon here. Just walk through the tropical area that I started, about less than a year ago, actually. This was dead Bermuda grass. Come in with a lot of growth. The canna lilies and bamboo. Lily pads are coming in on this tropical lily. Now that it's warmed up. Got some canna lilies back there as well that are in bloom. Florida Prince is a yellow type of peach that does quite well here, low chill. Decent amount of peaches, probably over 100 on this tree. I did heavily thin this. Another easy one to grow in our climate. Nothing on the Namdok my mango. There were some flowers, but I cut them off just because the tree is so small. I want to give it a chance to root. Just put some fresh mulch down. Did have a moringa in the past, but took it out in favor of growing another frankincense in that spot. So I'm starting a new one right here. This was just a small start that I got from Velarde Gardens. So that should provide some shade in this area. Spring update, show you what's growing and fruiting at this time. See that there's a lot of possibilities here. Thanks for watching and happy gardening.